Today, we are going to talk about the Office of Institutional Equity and Title IX Compliance, what the office does, and how it relates to your role as an RA. You will learn how students are supported through incidents of sexual misconduct by the Title IX office. You will also learn your role in providing support to students. These are the objectives for today's session. You will learn the role of the Title IX office in responding to issues of sexual misconduct. You will learn how students are supported through incidents of sexual misconduct by the Title IX office. You will also learn your role in providing support to students. You will notice throughout this presentation the use of both legal/official language and advocacy language interchangeably. You will see the term complainant used several times. A complainant is a survivor of sexual misconduct. This is the university's policy on sex-based misconduct. It is important that students and RAs know that this policy exists as it guides all subsequent sex-based policies and procedures. These are your rights as a student as it pertains to sexual misconduct. It is important that you know your rights for yourself for your residents. Estimates are 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted while in college. The Office of Institutional Equity and Title IX Compliance plays a significant role in responding to and supporting students who have experienced sex discrimination. Title IX is a law that was passed in 1972. For our purposes today, it's how schools respond to sex discrimination. Each administration could change how we respond to sexual misconduct. The Title IX coordinator is tasked with overseeing all complaints, informing all students, staff, and witnesses of their rights during an investigation and availing them of their resources, maintaining appropriate documentation and information related to investigations in a safe and secure manner and monitor barriers to reporting and take reasonable steps to mitigate such barriers. It is important to note that when an RA or any other person submits a report on behalf of a complainant, this is not considered a formal complaint. A formal complaint can only be filed by the complainant, their legal guardian of the Title IX coordinator. A formal complaint is needed to initiate an investigation. Students are often worried that reporting an instance of sexual misconduct will automatically initiate an investigation. This is not true. That can only be set in motion by the complainant, their legal guardian, or the Title IX coordinator. There are some barriers to reporting. One common one is that students are concerned that the university will force a complainant to go through an investigation. There are some factors that are taken into consideration when deciding to pursue an investigation. The complainant's request not to proceed with the initiation of a complaint. The complainant's reasonable safety concerns regarding initiation of a complaint. The risk that additional acts of sex-based harassment would occur if a complaint were not initiated. The severity of the alleged sex-based harassment, including whether the sex-based harassment, if established, would require the removal of a respondent from campus or imposition of another disciplinary sanction to end the sex-based harassment and prevent its recurrence, the age and relationship of the parties, including whether the respondent is an employee of the recipient, the scope of the alleged sex-based harassment, including information suggesting a pattern. Ongoing sex-based harassment or sex-based harassment alleged to have impacted multiple individuals, the availability of evidence to assist a decision-maker in determining whether sex-based harassment occurred, and whether Pace University could end the alleged sex-based harassment and prevent its recurrence without initiating these grievance procedures. Students may also be concerned about getting in trouble if they were consuming alcohol or drugs. It is important that students are aware of the sex-based amnesty policy. The health and safety of every student at Pace is of utmost importance. The university realizes that students who have been drinking and/or using drugs, whether such use is voluntary or involuntary, at the time that violence, including but not limited to domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, or sexual assault occurs may be hesitant to report such incidents due to fear of potential consequences for their own conduct. Pace strongly encourages students to report domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, or sexual assault to university officials. A student bystander or student incident participant acting in good faith who reports or discloses any incident of domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, or sexual assault to PACE university officials or law enforcement will not be subject to the university's code of conduct action for violations of alcohol and/or drug use policies occurring at or near the time of the commission of the domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, or sexual assault in accordance with the university's drug and alcohol use amnesty policy. These are some other barriers to reporting. Students can experience shame or guilt, can fear retaliation or how they will be treated by the criminal justice system. They may also not know how to report. That is why it is so important as RAs that you know how to identify instances of sexual misconduct and how to report them. Title IX and residence life intersect in several ways. As RAs, you help to educate students on their rights and resources. As a department, we're all responsible for enforcing policies and procedures fairly and consistently. After a report is made to the Title IX office, the Title IX coordinator will reach out to the complainant and discuss their options, including reporting to law enforcement. Supportive measures are the individualized services that the Title IX coordinator will offer a complainant. They are meant to protect the safety of all parties involved and make sure that all parties can access their education and associated activities. These supportive measures can be put into place whether a complainant chooses to file a formal complaint or not. Some examples might include making course-related adjustments like extensions or withdrawing without penalty, changes to housing or campus work schedules, mutual no-contact orders, campus escorts, and counseling services. An informal resolution can take place if both parties agree to it. No party will be forced to accept an informal resolution. Parties may elect to leave the informal resolution process at any point until the process is concluded. While the process is ongoing, supportive measures will continue or be provided as needed. The grievance procedure is a formal investigation process. It starts with a notice of allegations. Then there is an investigation, whereby all parties and witnesses are interviewed. Evidence is shared with both parties. Then there is a hearing, and a decision is made by the hearing panel. The decision can be appealed by the parties involved. This is the contact information for the Title IX office. You are welcome to contact them if you ever have any questions or concerns. They're here to support you and all the PACE students, faculty, and staff. Thank you for watching.